Hi, my name is Katie Ziskind. I am the practice manager at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut. I wanted to talk with you about how I help couples who are struggling. Sometimes couples come to me because they are fighting in a really vicious way, and sometimes they say things they don't mean that they regret later on and feel guilty about the next morning. Couples can have such great positive moments, but then also have really low moments where they just don't feel like themselves. Hi Gino, how's it going? And then also their relationship struggles as a result. So if you're arguing and kind of making those jabs, feeling resentment towards your partner, it's a really great time to get couples counseling. You might be raising an adolescent or a teenager and even have multiple children, and all of your energy is really focused on their needs. However, it's also important to remember that you have a couple bubble. I like to call a couple bubble the safe container in which your intimate and romantic partner and you function together. This means that at the end of the day, you feel secure in your relationship, you feel safe, you feel like you can trust them, and you ultimately have this safe container where it's like the two of you against the world. However, when fights come up, whether it might be, from a past relationship, fears of being abandoned, of being broken up with, of all different things, these fears can get in the way. The fear of loss, the fear of going through what you already went through in a previous relationship, the fear of being cheated on again if your partner has been cheating on you or has been unfaithful. It's a really good thing to get counseling and to get therapy. You could just be boyfriend and girlfriend. You could be fiancés. You could be married. There are many different ways people seek counseling when it comes to partners. In couples therapy, it's really a conversation. It's not intimidating. Anything that I ask you, you can always say, hey, I'm not comfortable talking about that yet. It's really important to start to let go of some of the past. Hi, Nicole. So in couples therapy, it's very playful. However, I break into individual sessions. So the first session, we meet, the three of us, you, your partner, and myself. We just kind of lay out goals. What's going on? What are the patterns that you really want to break? You want to have a more positive pattern. And you kind of want to get out of that stuck, argumentative cycle. So we talk about that. We look at what's happening now. We look at maybe some patterns that aren't so great that you might want to change. And then we come up with a plan to create a really great relationship for you and your partner, where you feel loved, you feel safe, and you can really have an open, vulnerable way of communicating with each other. I am open and affirming to the LGBT community. So if you are polyamorous, if you are bisexual, if you have you're a female in love with another female, that this is all okay. Partners come in all different shapes and sizes. I see partners with different ages, all different walks of life. So everything that you have to say is welcome in my office. Couples therapy is extremely beneficial when partners are starting to jab each other. So for instance, if you're starting your sentences with the word you in an argument, that can be really negative. For instance, let's say you're fighting with your partner, and you're getting really heated, you're getting really triggered, and you're getting to this edge where then you start saying, you're lying to me. I know you cheated on me. You've always been this way. I know I could never trust you. You're so untrustworthy. I can't believe you made me this mad. I can't believe you did this to me. So that is a very negative cycle. And that can be worked on through really positive skills in therapy so that you can work on communicating your feelings and understanding your partner in a different way. So for instance, instead, and this is a very basic example, but using an I statement. So for those of you watching, hi Tom, you can actually change the entire argument by focusing on your positive skills. So for instance, if you're feeling those you statements, say, I'm feeling, hi Avina, say, I'm feeling really disrespected when you say that, or I feel really pushed aside when you say that. Hi Chelsea, we're talking about couples therapy. So using I statements are one of the great ways to be assertive, remain calm, and communicate your needs effectively. Using an I statement means that you're taking accountability for your part. Because remember, in couples therapy, it's always two people. We both come with baggage. We both come with memories. So when you're working with a partner and you have an argument, 90% of it is the past and 10% of it is actually what you're fighting about. So couples often come in and they're like, we got so angry, but we totally forgot what we were fighting about. So we look at where that comes from. So, use this quick tip. Start your sentences with I. I feel, I heard, I saw. It's going to come off more effectively, and you're going to take ownership for your feelings because you're giving someone feedback versus kind of condemning them or disrespecting them or making it all their fault. So remember that you can always use an I feel statement. And so in couples therapy, it can be, a quick tune-up. Especially when you're raising a family, you might be going back to school, you might, have a lot of different things going on, a lot of different stressors where you feel overwhelmed. And so it can really help to bring that desire, rekindle that desire back in your relationship when you do have so many things on your plate. So couples therapy can be, for any age, any walk of life, and I love helping couples who are raising an adolescent or a teenager, and helping them figure out how to really love each other effectively, to communicate in a really positive way, so when something does come up, they're not stuffing it down. You're actually going to address it. You're going to feel confident addressing it. You're going to have skills to be assertive, to be respectful, and remain calm. While also, doing that hard work of actually, asking for your needs to be met or negotiating the boundaries of the relationship so it's more healthy rather than keeping a dysfunctional pattern. So I'm Katie Ziskin, a licensed marriage and family therapist in the Niantic area. I integrate art, yoga, music, and nutrition into my private practice for family therapy. Feel free to read articles and literature about relevant topics at wisdomwithinct.com. Or if you'd like to text me, that's another way to get started, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. 860-451-9364. And right now my afternoons are getting kind of full, so I just have actually a couple spaces left on a Friday, as well as a few morning spots. So it's ideal time for clients who are couples, adults who have a day off. Come on in, get a little self-care done. And things like substance abuse, alcoholism, things like that can really affect a marriage. So I'd love to be of help to you. Bye-bye.